we've been having a lot of brownouts yesterday. Talk to us about how people can handle dealing with one of these, what to do after their electricity or power has been shut off.
Well, if your air conditioning or heater turns back on immediately, a lot of people are jumping and trying to increase their temperature to 75 degrees, and that's an extreme temperature for the heating system. We recommend keeping it at about 68 because you just start consuming too much energy and it wears your heater out and it can cause major damage.
When you say major damage, what kind of damage are we talking about?
Well, it can actually burn out the compressor. It can, obviously parts can become impacted and capacitors, contactors can actually break down.
So right now it's at 68.
Yes.
How much money could you save if you keep it at around this temperature versus 75, 76 on your
Well,
bill?
for every degree you increase above 68, you're actually gonna increase your energy bill by about 3 to 5%. So it becomes major, and as most people know, when the cold weather comes in like this, your heater typically can run an entire night and turn off very little. So it's important to cover up and to use as little energy as possible. These cold fronts hopefully are only going to be for another couple of weeks, so we recommend, instead of turning your heater on and heating your entire home and you're not really using every bit of that space, it's good to maybe consolidate into a room or two rooms and get a couple of heaters, space heaters, and just keep those rooms a little warmer and lower your central heating system so you're saving on energy.
Talk to us about how important preventative measures are.
Well, one thing that we run into is people who haven't gotten their heater checked out in years. They just think because it's there, it's going to operate, and it's going to continue to work. But it's similar to a vehicle. I mean, it needs routine maintenance. Those moving parts need to be checked out, need to be oiled. And it's important because when you factor in carbon monoxide in these furnaces, it can be fatal. We actually went in a lady's house yesterday, and she had called us. She knew she had a problem with her heater, and she actually was having headaches. So we ran a carbon monoxide test, and there were high levels of carbon monoxide in her home, and we attribute that to her not getting her heater checked out. Obviously, you're going to want to check your clean air filter and make sure that it is clean, because as it accumulates particulates, it restricts the airflow. So it actually decreases the amount of air or heat you're getting into each room, and it makes your furnace work quite a bit harder, which consumes more energy.